Hello Aquarians, and welcome to Ascending Soul's Journey. We're going to take a look at the sun, moon, and rising sign of Aquarius and what is taking place for you, or what may happen, and definitely how to kind of glide through September. But hopefully we're going to catch a little glimpse of how it rolls into the end of the year, because we have significant changes getting ready to take place. As you guys recall, June through October is that season of love. So fall, September is that coming to the ending of that, where people are going to make their final decisions. They're going to see each other at that last moment, and whoever it is going to carry into the new year. Now that doesn't mean that negative bad person is going to come into your life, Aqua babies, although they could. We never know when they are going to come in, and you can pretty much bank if you're doing better, that person that hurt you is going to see that, and they're going to try and come in and try to kick you down again. Now I know that sounds a little ugh, and that's what you're rolling out of and starting this new fall season. This is a beautiful energy right now for a lot of us, because we're getting ready to close and start a brand new chapter. And when I say a chapter in life, that means the full a decade. That means a whole large cycle. Now, if you hear the animals in the background, I'm staying with a friend of mine in New York, and she has 4 big dogs, and I've got Captain, who's a really big dog too. Or she has 3 and I have 1. So that's 4 dogs, and they make a lot of noise. So let's take a look, and I may have to pause, but pardon me if I do. We'll pick right back up where we left off. So the sun, moon, and rising sign of Aquarius, what is coming as we roll out of August? And I feel a lot of you are really feeling the intensity of the world changes and how it's affecting you in your personal life. Now that's not a hard thing to detect, but there's a lot of negative cards right here. So what we have here as we roll out of August and into that last quarter, hello, this is Captain Lovebug, this is my dog, and he is joining us with your reading, Aquarians. He's adorable. We have the 8 of Swords, and that's what I'm talking about, being stuck, feeling stuck, mentally unable to see the ideas and able to bring it down, or just feel that connection inside of you. This is when a lot of us, we withdraw, okay? We pull back from society. We separate ourselves from the people that we are used to being around, our family, friends, and anyone else that we are comfortable in a normal environment, or acceptable. Okay, we are in acceptance of them. Comfort sometimes is actually a familiarity, and it doesn't always mean that it's nice. We have the 5 of Swords right here, and this is the struggles and the battles for you to get out of this place of feeling stuck. And Aquarians, you are amazing individuals, but when we deal with heartbreak, we are the biggest humanity. I am an Aquarius as a sun sign. I have Aries as a rising, and I have Pisces for my moon. But when we as a humanitarian, we give, we're the givers of life, and we're misjudged often. And I go into a lot of depth on that in my free newsletter. Take a look at that and all the writings that are coming out for you. This is overcoming a lot of heartbreak. This may have been one, it may have been a bunch, but there is a lot of pain attached to this group of Aquarians, and that's what I'm talking about. This cycle, a 10-year cycle, a 20-year cycle, this is big chunks of your life where the trauma, the pain, the adversities, and the struggles that you were dealing with, you're going to let them go. September's the rollover month. We're going to end, and we're going to start the new. So all the seeds you planted are getting ready to come through. Now, as we roll into September, right now you're probably feeling a lot of this. Is this really going to happen? Is anything ever true anymore? Is love even real? And the answer is yes, love is real. It is real. And the truth is, a lot of us don't really understand what love is. In order to understand what love is, we have to master hate, right? And that's not an easy thing to do. That is the divine feminine and the divine masculine inside of us. So it's coming to this place in the center, and that's what you're getting ready to do. So if you are an overgiver in a healthy, if you're in my divine journey through the membership, make sure you watch part 4. That is where I'm talking about this particular segment. Is amazing when it comes to understanding the differences in how we are in this journey. So if you're feminine and you are feeling that overly emotional, maybe need to cleanse, okay, maybe you need to cry. This is a lot of swords. This is really being stuck in your head. It is time for you to take another look at that and understand that this isn't real. This is not real. We do this in our mind, and when we do it in our mind, it actually becomes our reality in our real everyday life. People who believe that they are stuck, they will stay stuck until they can get the strength and the courage to move forward. And that's what is going to take place. This is going to happen between September and October. I'm actually seeing Halloween is very significant for this group of you. Now, this may be all of you or some of you, but I see the little pumpkins are out and about in a dark area. It looks like a Halloween fest. Six of Wands is about strength and courage in order to achieve victory. When we understand what it is that we fear, and that will be the biggest part of this journey that we are in, then we can learn how to overcome it. But this is saying there's so much pain that you've been through, you might still be dealing with some of it in the end of August. Now remember, if you're dealing with it and you bring it into the month of October and going forward, it will stay with you through that next huge chapter of your life. You don't want that. So self-sabotage energy, let go of the self-sabotage, because you can get through these swords anytime you want. The blindfold around you, my beautiful Aquarian babies, this is saying you are really good with your heightened senses. You see things, you hear things. The keen senses that are in you are about to open up. You're going to be able to come right through these swords very, very soon. It just needs a little bit of courage. And it is very fearful when we walk away from something we've known, maybe that's our career or our family or whatever it is, even marriage, whatever it is in your life that you are leaving behind. Because in order to start this new chapter in life, we have to leave something behind, opening up room to let the new in. And if we've done all our work, we won't be dealing with any naughties. We might even get some apologies on the way. We have the Prince of Cups, and this is a new offer coming in for you. Now this is actually, for a lot of you Aqua babies, this is about you bringing out that love that I'm talking about. That love, when we block our heart, we start thinking all those mental things that keep us stuck. Maybe love isn't real. You know, I started to do a reading a few moments ago, and I had to stop it because the dogs were so loud. You know, the birds are chirping. It's really loud here. Cars are driving around. I want to go do it outside because my dog is in heaven. He's like, it's a big park outside, you know, and her yard is huge. And it was about love. It was about not believing in love. And I had to stop that video. I may do another one and see, or it may come through here. But when we're looking at cups, that is that heart chakra, that is that new beginning, the new birth of you. And I get the feeling some of you are going to meet an opportunity, it could be a person or an experience, that is going to help you regain that courage that you have always had. We go through times where we feel defeated with this Five of Swords energy. That is exactly what it is. We feel defeated, like we don't know how to overcome this. We can't see our way through it, but you can, my darlings, you can. And that is what's taking place as you roll into the middle of September. So when we get to that middle, and I'm going to say the first 2 weeks of September, you're going to be coming out of the old and dealing with this self-sabotage energy. You're going to have to learn how to move past that because you've got something amazing coming in. Now it is going to start very, very juvenile, let's say juvenile, with this Prince of Cups. However, it's going to lead to the Ace of Pentacles, and this is what you're destined for, my Aqua babies. This is what's coming for you. So everything you went through, the pain, the suffering, this even guilt, self-sabotage, feeling like you're never going to get out of that cycle, push your way through it in a very positive way of light and love, not of negativity like what you experienced, and you're going to get this. If we do it the old way, it will give us the same results. You know, my twin flame said to me one time. If you do it the same way over and over, you're going to have the same results. So therefore, it will never change. You have to change your approach. And we've all heard that before in one form or another. That is applicable for this group of you. So I'm going to pull some more detail on this, but right now I'm being guided to pull a different card. And today we're going to throw love in here too, okay? So love is in the end, all right? We're going to actually pull some cards. I see a card of fears here, and let me tell you, fear is a big, big thing. And a lot of you hear the voices, and I'm hearing right now for you, you're not listening, you're not paying attention. It may be very difficult. You might be in an area that has become more loud. And as we as a society had to pull back in 2020, remember, you could hear everything. You can hear the vibrations under the ground. You can hear people from other areas, like you heard amazing things that didn't seem real. That's what I think is going to happen for a lot of you. You're going to listen and you're going to hear your angels talk because they want you to. So if you've been trying to do that, now is the time. Now is the time. The card of denial came out, and this is for those of you that you are feeling that Five of Swords energy. Denial is part of the grieving stage, and grieving stage is everything in the journey. For each wound that you have, for every single wound that we have, and again, sign up for that membership. I've already got 4 chapters, 4 parts up out of an 8-part series, and the 5th one's going to come up shortly this week. This is a lot of pain after pain after pain, and some of you might be doing it to yourself based on 1 or 2 situations, 1 or 2 people, and that's what we do. We base it on, you know, if Sally over here, I just pick names at random. That's just a name that I always use. If Sally over here got hurt by Tommy and Johnny, and then she meets the new guy, she only knows those 2. She may base that new guy exactly on what she had endured, the pain and the suffering. You remind me of them. There's something about you. Now, on a core level, you guys already know what I'm talking about. So for this particular group, the denial might be what's holding you in this stuck pattern. Are you denying the experience? Have you been abusing yourself in the thought process mentally? I'm not good enough. Why would anybody look at me? Don't do that. That's self-sabotage energy. And when we get self-sabotage energy, we will never get this. And we will never get love, a real love. There's a difference. So they're saying, pay attention to what's going on around you, because you will see exactly how to get out of there. It feels like we can't, but that's denial. Denial is you hold the power to change your life. And you are going to do it. It's going to take courage and strength, but they're saying get up and go, babies, get up and go. Now I'm going to put a little detail on this, and then we're going to look at the second half of the reading. Well, I'll pull in love too. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. We have the King of Wands here, and the King of Wands, wow. Okay, we got some really great cards. The King of Wands. Now, this could be you. You may have a fire in your chart as well. A lot of us do. This is about charisma, standing out in front of a crowd, out to the crowd where everybody is seeing you and all eyes are on you. Aquarius, we are a unique group of people, and that's with any zodiac sign. When we are empowered, we can walk in jeans and a tank top and all eyes are on us. And we can walk in this beautiful, very expensive outfit, suit, whatever it is that we're wearing, and nobody even sees us when we're in this kind of an energy of the Five of Swords. We become invisible, and that might be what you're dealing with too, that sense of invisible. Whatever it is, they're saying with this King of Wands, you pull that confidence and courage back in. It may have been that communication that's getting ready to come in for you. Communication from a distance, communication from afar, and some of you, this is all about love, because those are really the arrows of love. Come here, baby. Okay. He's letting you know he hears something. And we have the 8 of Wands. So we have 8s on the board. 888, that's form of completion, and so that denial is going to leave by the 3rd week of the month of September. It should be gone. We have a new beginning. You're seeing a new beginning. And some of you with this card of justice, this is severing ties and restoring the balance between you and someone else that has kept you in this. And I don't mean necessarily physically, although it could have been. They may have been tying up your resources, and you may have been dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn. This king's back is to you. So if this is somebody who had a little bit of power over money, a little bit of power over you in any way, they wanted to keep you stuck. And you may have felt like, am I ever going to... Okay, Aquarius, we are back. Sorry about that. You may have been dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn, and Captain was letting you know, watch your back, okay? If you hear something, that warning sign, or maybe your dog's just going to go a little bit crazy out of the blue. He actually heard something. You probably did too. It's very loud. This is cutting ties, severing contracts, and starting a brand new contract. You're going to restore balance by the 3rd week of September. You're going to start seeing the results, and September 23rd is a huge, huge date for you. September 23rd. I don't know why, but it's a very positive date. You have something brand new, and for some of you, I feel it's going to be love, but let's take a look, because we're going to roll into that 3rd week of the month here very soon. But I want to pull some love on this for 2 weeks. Some of you are feeling this self-sabotage energy because of a love relationship. Severing ties with the person that you love is not an easy thing to do, and it can take a lot of time, patience, and most definitely strength and courage with this 6 of Wands. That means you are going to lead to a point of victory. Okay. We have stay optimistic about your love life, and that's what I'm talking about. The negativity that is ending, and that is a cycle that you may have been in for 10, 20, a very long time. For some of you, it could have been your entire life. The misconception of what love and relationships should be for you. It may have been that you picked somebody that didn't believe the same way you did, therefore you didn't see eye to eye, right? And you could have picked a really bad person. You know, it's different for all of us, right? But when we go through the journey, we understand that they themselves have their own lessons to learn. So stay optimistic, because the denial, this blank of this white cloth over your eyes is going to be removed. You're going to see right through it. You're going to see through it through your 3rd eye. You're opening up your senses again. So stay optimistic about your love life. Now, if you're dealing with somebody that you love in the end of August, rolling into the first 2 weeks of September, even anytime, express the love that you have for that person. Even if they don't love you back, express it and move on. And that will help you gain the closure to overcome the denial in this situation. Again, we are looking at Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Leo, Aries, Sag. Yeah, and then we have all the Pisces. We have every single zodiac sign. All elements are on the board in these first 2 weeks. Very, very nice. Now, let's go ahead and look and see what's coming in the 2nd week, you guys, because there's something amazing coming. The 23rd of September is key, and I believe that is more in the 3rd week. We have the 9 of Wands, feeling exhausted, and that's perfect. And I say that's perfect, and you're like, what? That's not perfect. It is perfect, because this is saying you're getting ready to release the burden, right? The burden of all of this that you've been dealing with for decades for some of you. This is a lot of weight, pulling somebody else's shift for them because they can't, hiding, lying for someone else, and this denial may have been what kept you in that situation. 9 of Wands is like, I am so tired of dealing with this. Now I know I can go forward, and if you're rebuilding your life, you can actually go forward. And this is saying you've already planted the seeds in your life right here, right now. Remember, what we planted is getting ready to blossom as we roll into October. So you have everything you need. If you've been building a business and you're freaking worn out, right? Trying to keep up with all of the world changes that are going on. And a lot of us are. Some of it is super easy and some of it is not easy, or it is so repetitive, going from one to at one point I opened this up, this one shut down. I opened this up, this one shut. It kept going back and forth. And I'm like, What is going on? A lot of you are going to have this plan that you've been working on actually come to fruition in the first 2 weeks of the month. So don't be hasty with yourself. This could be relocating 2-3 hours away from where you are. It may be an event, it may be an opportunity where you are standing in the public spotlight. You might be standing on an actual podium. And what that means, when I see the podium in a vision, that means you're going to be giving a public speech. I better not give a public speaking today. Make sure that you unlock yourself. This is what's been restricting you. So if you feel that deep and shallow breaths and having a difficult time trying to fight off the mental stress, then you want to make sure that you are working on that. And I do recommend, because there's a lot of negativity in this energy, in this group, you might have been dealing with it, like I said, for such a long time. It almost feels familiar, like I'm never going to get out of this. And that's not true, my darlings. That is not true. We can do whatever we want. Make sure you're clearing your home and replacing the sage. Use sage. Go to my free Master Energy series, and I talk about that. That's on my website, in the description box below. It's pretty much all over YouTube. Open your heart up, and it's going to hurt, because that's what that twin flame dynamic has done. It made you close your heart back again. Whatever triggered you into the awareness of what is going on in your reality, what the denial was about, that's what you're going to overcome, and it will be in that first 2 weeks. So be patient. You've worked very hard, and it is a lot of work, and we get exhausted energetically, mentally. It's like I can't even think because I'm so tired, right? That's what we feel when we're going through this phase of the journey. Some of you are getting ready to actually meet somebody in the month of September. It may roll into the first part of October, but you're actually going to meet somebody that I feel you've been talking to in a long distance communication. Now, that doesn't mean you already know them. It doesn't mean that you've met them in a physical sense. But as far as the virtual reality, you probably already know them, and you've talked to them for quite some time. You may have met them through work for sure, but whatever this is, stop blocking yourself and release that denial. Release yourself and allow the open. You got to be open. We have to remove something to allow something new in. You've been working so hard, and that's why you're worn out. You've got 4 8s on the board. 4 8s on the board. You're getting ready for a significant change. And again, it's ending in the month of September with the Ace of Pentacles. The rewards are coming through. The denial and the self-sabotage, maybe you put all your heart and soul into something or someone and it hasn't come back. But once you hold on and realize that, okay, all right, I've done everything I need to do. What is it I need to do? You need to go and restore the balance in your life with a Virgo, with a Capricorn. Oh, hear that? That's a siren. They have different sirens here than it. There's so many differences here on the East Coast versus the West Coast. And we're like 7 minutes from the water. So my hair is always frizzy. None of the products work, and just on and on. Anyway, my beautiful Aquarians, you may be trying new experiences just like I am. 2-3 hours away from you. Miles. 200 to 300 miles. There's a new beginning for you 200 to 300 miles away from where you're at. Now that could be a 2 to 3 hour flight, all right? The distance of a 2 to 3 hour flight, a boat ride, that could be 2 to 3 days for some of you. But it is 2-3. I feel it's more 100. It could be thousands. You're going to know how that applies to you. 2-3. From you, a new beginning that is going to give you this. You're already aware of it. You've already planted your seeds. So that could be waiting to go into an office complex. That's 2 to 3 hours from where you live. Setting up a new location, actually relocating. Let's pull some detail on this. Ooh, we have a lot of messages, don't we, my beautiful lovelies? This is a big, big deal. It is a big deal. And right now, please go to my website. I'm getting ready to make a lot of changes on personal readings. They will not be available all the time after August is done. So if you're watching this, most likely they're getting ready to close. So we have the Moon card. Now, you may have a Pisces moon like I do, but for the majority of you, I feel this is actually the secrets that may have been keeping you stuck. The secrets that may have been leaving you in this place of denial that you couldn't see. You see, if we don't know what's going on underneath us, and we feel it and suspect it, but we can't prove it, what do? Right? What do? You start denying the reality of it. You're coming out of that, my darling. Whatever secret was there is coming forward. You have the Four of Pentacles again, and that is the secrets of what have kept you blocked. They're going to be revealed because you've got this Justice card and the Ace of Swords. It's going to come to the surface, whether that's in your thought process and all of a sudden you're just going to flip it. And for some of you, it's actually going to land up on your doorstep. Now, here's the detail. It may have everything to do with a relationship that you had a lot of love for. A partnership between you and a company. It may have been between you and your actual partner. Some of you, it may have been with the twin flame, the soulmate, that soul connection that you never really got to even take off the ground. It never did anything, leaving you in even more sense of confusion because like, wait, what? You have a partnership coming in. You have new love coming in. You're going to heal those emotional bodies that we're talking about. The mental restrictions are going to lift. And when they lift, my darling, this relationship is getting ready to come. Now, it could be with any of those zodiac signs that I'm talking about. But whatever it is coming. It is going to be beautiful. Pentacles represent everything on the material plane when we're talking about tarot. Pentacles represent your career, your finances, your romances as well. Every aspect of life, how you live, where you live. Some of you have an incredibly big payout. This may be something that's 3 years due. 3 years. It could be a lawsuit that you've been working on for 3 years. It could be 30, but I'm seeing the 3. 3 years of waiting, of wondering, and that may be why you're in denial just over this one thing, and that's what this reading is about. But it holds so much significance in your life that it has actually put your life in a holding pattern. So with this Four of Pentacles, you're going to break through this. I'm telling you, you are going to break through this. Now we're going to call in the angels here and see what they want you to know, because by the end of the month, by the end of September, definitely the 23rd is significant. I'm going to look and see if I can see what that is while we're on this camera. Carissa's saying that you're at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort and guide you into your next step. Happiness awaits. And that's just, I mean, I could have just pulled this card and saved us all 20 minutes, right? That's the whole reading right there. You can't see it, but you feel it. And there is that inner denial, and that inner denial is really a very challenging place for us to be. Now, let me see what is important on the 23rd. The 23rd is important for Aquarius. And as I do the other readings, I'll see if that is actually important as well. Now, if you're in the New York area, you can walk and talk with me in my new office location or downtown, or just up the street from it, Central Park. If we go to Central Park, we're going to get you grounded with the elements of the earth, and we're going to bring it in, and you will feel it right there in the session. You're going to have a whole different point of view. By the 23rd, you may have somebody come in. This is that partnership. This may be the person that you thought was going to come in and they never did, and it's been 2 years and the whole thing is nothing but it's not real. You know how we go through that, right? But there's a piece of you that knows that that journey really is real. Some of those people are not really our twin flame, but they are definitely a soul mate that is there to trigger us. And others, it is a twin flame dynamic that triggers us in the most powerful way possible, where we see relationships now from a completely different angle. This is in a positive direction. So if you have a sour look on relationships, this part of the reading may not be for you. The 23rd is significant. You're going to receive information. You're going to see something that is going to change your perspective about your soul connection. This is that beautiful relationship. You're going to meet somebody, and I feel it's a physical person that you're going to meet. If you are single, this is the moment that you may have been waiting for while you're sitting there going, yeah, Lorianne, you're wrong. You're wrong. I'm in denial. Let it go and release it to let this new one come in. They're not your past. They may not be your future, but whoever this is going to help you see love from a whole different angle. And that, my darlings, is going to bring you the Ace of Pentacles. Have an absolutely amazing September. Stay tuned. Watch me on TikTok, as well as the energy shorts right here on YouTube. And we're going to help you heal one stage at a time. Much love.